Hey guys, happy Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. I just wanted to come on here today and just touch down on something that I observed today. So I was out and about this morning running some errands, trying to get out as much as I can because with the cooler weather, obviously, the Raynaud's and the stiffness and arthritis really kicks up, unfortunately. I mean, I noticed a substantial difference even in just like obviously a 10-degree weather change from the nice warm summer we were having to now, like, we're lucky if we get to 12, 15 degrees, although this weekend is going to be absolutely amazing. So I've had thoughts on my mind this morning, a few things as I'm walking through the grocery store. So number one, given my situation going through breast cancer and then developing scleroderma that has given me like stiff joints and tight skin and stuff, and going through stem cell, which like I haven't shared on here, but other videos, that my skin score, I saw the specialist last Friday, and good news, my skin score has gone from 47 to 31.5, and he expects that it'll continue to keep going down, seeing that I'm already 6 months out and I'm not going the other way, because sometimes there's a 30% chance of it relapsing, which would be terrible. But I've already decided not that it's going to do that. I expect to get better and better, obviously week by week, month by month. So I can't imagine where I'll be in 3 to 6 months' time, hopefully walking and dancing around like a, loose Gumby woman, right? So can't wait until I can dance and stuff again. I love to dance. But yeah, so I was thinking about it this morning. I was at the Save On off of McLeod Trail over by, I don't even know what that area is. It's kind of by the Ranchmans. And I'm 51. And yes, I'm rocking the natural silver white slate hair. It's kind of taupe too on top. I don't know. It's got all kinds of stuff going on. It's kind of getting longer now, and I'm able to kind of funk it out at the back and do something. So it's kind of wild and crazy hair. So I'm just going with it. That's all you can do, right? And I don't know if it's because I'm unemployed right now. Like I have my website and stuff, and I'm relaunching my business, and it's going good. Everything is starting to kind of come in, and build again after being off for 3 years. So I have a lot of free time during the day. I go to physio, I go to massage, I meet friends for lunch, I go on dates, whatever, like, try and keep myself busy. My energy and stamina is a lot better than it was before, although the last couple of days, I don't know if it's because of the cool weather, but I'm just feeling like stiff. There's no other word for it, unfortunately, the arthritis. But I noticed something in the store today. Is like everyone there, I guess, I feel like, and this is just like my own self-perception and judgment, and so I just wanted to touch down on your own self-perception and judgment. I feel like life has like propelled me forward about 10, 20 years in terms of age and life situation. So I'm on disability because I can't go back to the work that I was doing before when I was teaching cosmetology and barbering. I would love for my hands to come back because I honestly would love to go back barbering. I definitely would go back barbering because I love that career. But so I've had to come to terms with that and acceptance with it. I mean, in some ways it's good because if I really wanted to, I could just take off to Mexico and live down there really cheap, 6 months of the year. I really could. And that might even still be a plan. I don't know. I mean, I would like to take off this winter, but I kind of need to hunker down and I need to rebuild and I need to finish my TESOL course and just get my butt in gear and stay disciplined and create a life down there that I can sustain myself. So having the TESOL course and my online business and stuff, that's going to help, supplement obviously my disability. So those are things that I'm kind of trying to put into play and trying to stay focused on that. I'm not super excited about having to be stuck here for winter. I really don't like winter. I've been in Calgary my whole life. It's just how it is. We can have brutal winters. I don't know what this one's going to be like. But I'm getting myself prepared, got my car prepared, found a great coat yesterday that I can get on and off, no problem. It's going to be nice and warm. I'm getting those Skechers slip-ins. I found some because they just sent out their fall collection. They have Skechers slip-in boots, so super cozy and great that you can pop on and off. Like, am I excited about that? I'm super excited about that. So I'm all geared up for winter. I'm not worried about that going out and about. My biggest thing is just making sure that I don't slip and fall, which I was fine last year, so I expect I'll be fine. And I'm just preparing myself mentally, physically, and just with the right gear so that I don't wipe out, right? That's all we can do. So it was that self-perception of most of the people in the store today in Save On were like 65 to 80. And I'm 51, so I'm not far away, but I'm still like, why do I feel like life has like propelled me forward to like almost like being retired or semi-retired? And I'm like, I don't like this. Like, I was never one to be caught up in the rat race and be a workaholic. I mean, don't get me wrong. At one point in my life, I did have 3 jobs when I was going through my divorce and looking after my daughter and myself and kind of rebuilding my life after being married for so long and my skills and career and just making ends meet, right? So I have definitely worked 3 jobs at one time, 2 jobs even. And now I'm kind of at, because of the physical challenges I have, because of scleroderma, I'm having to rethink everything about life, about going forward. As I said, I expect to keep improving, obviously physically, going the other way, not backwards. And that's just time and patience. So, another 3 to 6 months. But it was that self-perception of myself of, why do I feel like life has like propelled me forward 10, 20 years chronologically? And it's not what I really wanted. Definitely not what I planned. But I'm a firm believer in the universe and God, and that there's always a divine purpose for what we go through. Obviously, part of that was writing my book. Part of it was learning how to receive and allow people to help me. And now it's about, what does my future look like? Like, what does the next 5 to 10 years look like for me? Because I may live for another 20, 30 years, or I don't know. I mean, I've been through a lot of health stuff, so I'm like, I'll be lucky if I get another 10 years in there, to be honest, is how I think, because my body has been through a lot, so I'm sure it's aged me, obviously. And it was just that self-perception of, I feel like I'm in a group of these people that are retired or semi-retired, and they're going through the grocery store, because every single one of them was older. They all had silver gray hair, like me. And one of them was an itty bitty, 80-year-old. And don't get me wrong, you can be 80 and be in great shape. I mean, I hope I am by then. So it was just that self-perception and self-judgment. It's like, how many times do we do that? Do we think, or just even a realization of, oh, I feel like I'm in this pool of people that are like retired and semi-retired. Now, some people would be super excited about that, but for the cost of living in Calgary, a disability wage is not going to sustain you, So that's why I said Mexico's looking pretty good right now, future-wise. Just so I don't have to stress about money. I can live in a warm climate. I can eat natural organic food. I mean, I'll have better quality of life in terms of just like physical health, But we'll see what that looks like. Like I said, I'm going to hunker down for the winter. I'm prepared to just ride it out. Had to do it last year, pre and post stem cell. I just had to hunker in and isolate, like literally for 6 months. It sucked. Only saw people close to me. And then it was that thought of, I saw a quote yesterday, and it was like, and it's that whole question of, why do we feel that we have to do something important to feel important? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we all have a purpose. We all want to have a purpose. We want to feel purposeful in life, but it's like, why do we feel that pressure of having to always be doing something, or having to be feeling like we have to do something important in order to feel purposeful, right? It's like, why do we put that pressure on ourselves? And I share a chapter in my book, and I talk about when I was really mad at God one day when I was like in a lot of pain with scleroderma pre-stem cell. And I share part of the chapter in there. I think it's chapter 6 or 7, where I literally yelled at God and I said, you show me why I should still be here. Because I didn't want to be here. Did not want to be alive. If that was kind of pain and suffering and everything I was going to go through, I was like, I don't want to be here. This is not a quality of life. Don't want to be here. And I was crying, and I realized in those days when I had a lot of pain, there was a lot of underlying grief, like grieving my old life, grieving my old self, grieving my old family, grieving my children, the ability to do things that normal people could do physically. I know those of you that have chronic illness, you'll understand, right? You grieve a lot when you lose your physical capabilities, or some of them, right? And that day, I know you shouldn't yell at God, but I did. I was mad. You do what you do, right, in those moments. You just got to get it off your chest and out your throat chakra. And I was like, you show me why I need to be here. You show me why am I still here, right? Because most of my life, like the last 10, 12 years, has been about helping people. Like whether it was teaching meditation, whether it was doing Reiki, whether it was doing hypnotherapy, whether it was doing readings, whatever. And that is my passion, don't get me wrong. That's why I rebranded my website. But it's like, and then within not even 2 hours, my closest 5 people called me that day, all on the same day. So you get what I'm saying? It wasn't about me. It wasn't about what I could do. In that moment, that day, God showed me that, you know what? You are here for other people. Like, not to help them, but your presence. Sometimes our presence is all that's needed. You know, we're here for a reason. Sometimes we're here for other people. Like, so my son was the one. He was one of the first ones that called me. And I was like, bingo. You know, and then my girlfriend in BC called me. Bingo. And then my brother, another one. You know, my best friend, Denise. You know, so I had like 5 people, my closest 5 people. My bestie, you know, she was there that day. So she was like trying to hold space for me. So it was like, it was just a real wake-up call, and I shut my mouth and buttoned my lips because I was like, it's not about me. I'm not here so I can fulfill my ego-centered things that I think I should be doing, right? That's ego stepping in. If you connect to spirit and you learn kind of like, so this is where I throw people off because I'm godly centered, but I also practice Buddhist practices like meditation, just deeper knowing, realization, you know, universal laws, all that stuff. But that has been my journey for like the last 10, 12 years is, you know, keeping that foot in religion, because I grew up very Christian and grew up Baptist, became born again Christian, used to lead ladies Bible study. And then I had a couple near-death experiences, even just last May. And so I've always had one foot in religion, one foot in spirituality. And I think that that's just something, it's your walk, it's your path. Everyone's is different, right? So, but the Buddhist and mindfulness part of you realizes that simply being present sometimes is your gift, you know, whether you're helping someone feel better via Facebook Messenger, whatever, or a friend calls you and you need to lend an ear, you know, you're being present, you're in that moment. And we learn that in Reiki, to just be present in the present moment. Do not worry about the past, do not worry about the future, because really all you really have is your present moment. And I've learned that going through my illness, even, like I literally try and take it day by day. And when I was so sick, pre and post stem cell, I had to take it day by day, minute by minute, test by test, like hoop by hoop, you know, just, oy, you know. So if I learned anything in those moments, it was to just let go, be present, and this judgment thing, the self-judgment of needing to be doing something important in order to be important or to feel important. So just want to touch down on that today. Some realizations, like I said, going to the grocery store, feeling like I've been propelled 10, 20 years chronologically and not really sure what to do with that. Going, okay, so what kind of life do I want to create, really? Because I would be pretty happy if I didn't have to be here in the wintertime. But then I'm like, I think I would miss my friends and family if I was gone that long. I don't know. For those of you who've like ventured off and become an expat in Mexico or another country, let me know how that feels, because I sometimes think, well, if I got there, I'd be like, oh, this is great. And then probably a month later, I'd be like, oh, I miss home, you know. I want to be home, but I don't want the snow. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, just sharing that with you guys today, and just think about that. Think about how sometimes your own self-perception, your own self-judgment, and maybe having difficulty with just being in the present moment, and how you can kind of shift and change your perception, your self-talk, your self-thinking, of thinking that you have to be doing something important in order to be important in the world and in someone's life. And that's just not true. I mean, it's just not true. So God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.